What's up, Gator Nation and basketball fans everywhere? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the matchup that we have all been waiting for. The Florida Gators versus the Auburn Tigers in the 2025 Final Four. This game is happening Saturday, April 5th at 6:09 p.m. Eastern on CBS, live from the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. And as a diehard Gator fan, I am hyped beyond belief. So I'm here to break it down with you fairly, give props where they're due, and tell you why I think the Gators are about to punch their ticket to the national championship game. Okay, so let's set the stage here. This is the first time since 2008 that all four number one seeds have made the Final Four: Florida, Auburn, Duke, and Houston. That alone tells you how stacked this field is. For the Gators, this is our sixth Final Four appearance and our first since 2014. For Auburn, it's their second ever, with their last trip being in 2019. These are two SEC powerhouses who know each other well, and there is no love lost between them. Florida beat Auburn 90-81 back on February 8th at Auburn's Neville Arena, but Auburn is certainly going to be looking to avenge that loss. Okay, so let's start with why I am so confident in these Gators. This team is on a tear. 10 straight wins, including a heart-stopping 84-79 comeback against Texas Tech in the Elite Eight. Down 9 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. They closed on an 18-4 run. It was wild. So who led that charge? Of course, none other than Walter Clayton Jr., our first-team All-American guard. The dude dropped 30 points, including 2 massive threes in crunch time. He is averaging 22.3 points per game in the tournament, and back in February against Auburn, he had 19 points and 9 assists. Clayton's the kind of star who shines brightest when the lights are on. And the Final Four? Those are the brightest lights in college hoops. But it's not just Clayton. Sophomore big man Alex Condon has been a beast, averaging 7.7 rebounds per game and giving us that physicality that we really need down low. Against Texas Tech, he battled through an ankle tweak from the Sweet 16 to hold his own in the paint. Then there's Thomas Haug. Can you say more about when he comes off the bench? 20 points in the Elite Eight, including multiple clutch threes. And don't sleep on Elijah Martin, our second leading scorer at 14.4 points per game. He didn't play in that February Auburn game. So that's a wild card, right? Auburn has not faced him. This Gator squad has depth, toughness, and a knack for flipping games when it matters the very most. Okay, quickly, guys, I want to shout out Alumni Hall and thank them for all the support on this channel. Hopefully you guys have been checking them out. They dropped their Final Four gear immediately after UF won last Saturday, and hopefully you guys all got some of it. I was there a couple weeks ago, and I am always blown away by their selection. All the best brands: Nike, Jordan, Peter Millar, Cutter and Buck, and more. Lots of cool things to check out. Actually, I am repping them right this very minute. If you're not stocked up on Gator gear, make sure you're checking out Alumni Hall. You can go to their physical store on Archer Road or alumnihall.com. If you are all stocked up, think again. There is always more room for orange and blue. All right, back to the game. Now listen, I am going to give Auburn their flowers because it's not like they're a slouch. The Tigers are 32-5, the number one overall seed, and they've been a juggernaut all season long. They punched their Final Four ticket with a 70-64 win over Michigan State, led by none other than Johni Broome, the SEC Player of the Year. Broome is a monster: 18.5 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 2.1 blocks per game. Against Michigan State, he had 25 and 14, even after an injury scare of his own. He has come back like a warrior, and that's the kind of grit that Auburn brings to the table. If he is healthy, and he says he'll be ready with no limitations, so think about that, he will test our front court. Auburn's got an elite perimeter defense with Denver Jones, who is one of the best in the country at shutting down guards. That is a huge challenge for Walter Clayton Jr. and Martin. And their depth is legit. guys like Chad Baker-Mazara and Tahid Pettifor step up, right? They are great players. And Baker-Mazara has been banged up lately. The Tigers struggled late in the regular season. They lost 3 of their last 4, but they've kind of flipped the switch in March. They've tightened up defensively, and they've been holding teams under a point per possession in all but one tournament game. Bruce Pearl's got them playing with a chip on their shoulder, looking for their very first national title. So what are the key matchups? Well, first it's Walter Clayton Jr. versus Denver Jones. Clayton torched Auburn for 16 points in the first half back in February. But Jones is a lockdown defender who's going to try to make him work for every single bucket. If Clayton can get hot early, it opens up everything for us. Second matchup I'm looking at is Alex Condren versus Janai Broome in the paint, right? These two are going to go at it. Broome's a double-double machine, but Condon's physicality and, of course, with help from Haug and the rest of the bench, that could wear Broome down. Coach Todd Golden doesn't love doubling the post, so Condon's got to kind of hold his own on the one-on-one. If we limit Broome's easy looks, we're going to be in great shape. I saw a really interesting analogy from the 2007 Florida versus Ohio State national championship game. And if you remember, Greg Oden was just the stud player for Ohio State. Billy Donovan didn't double team him. He just used Florida's depth to wear him down. I kind of think that there's a possibility that there's going to be the same kind of game plan for Broome on Saturday. So let's talk X factors. For Florida, it's our ability to go on runs. We've seen it all tournament. Against UConn, Maryland, Texas Tech, we can flip a game in minutes with devastating offensive bursts. Auburn's great at defending the arc, but if we get hot from 3 like we did in February, we were 13 for 33 against them. We're going to be tough to stop. For Auburn, it's their three-point shooting. They've been cold in the tournament, hitting just 31% from deep. If that continues, it is a problem against our pack line defense. But if guys like Miles Kelly or Pettifor heat up, they could stretch the Gators thin. So here is where I lean Gators. And yeah, obviously I am biased, but listen, hear me out. That February win at Auburn was not a fluke. We out-physicaled them, dominated the glass with timely offensive rebounds, and controlled the game for long stretches. Auburn's only beat us convincingly once in the last 3 years, and that was without Elijah Martin. Now we've got a healthier, deeper roster, and we're peaking at just the right time. Auburn's awesome, but they have also shown some cracks. Those late season losses, the slow starts in the tournament. I really think our stars, Clayton, Condon, Martin, outshine theirs in the clutch. My prediction, Florida 88, Auburn 83. It's going to be a dogfight. 2 SEC Titans trading blows, but I see Clayton hitting a dagger 3 late, Condon neutralizing Broome just enough, and our bench outscoring theirs to seal it. The Gators advanced to Monday's title game for the first time since 2007. Y'all, I was a senior in college when that happened. And the Gators are going to be rocking. Can you imagine what Gainesville is going to feel like on Saturday night at about 9 o'clock? Look, Auburn's got a shot. I am not saying they don't. They are too good not to. But I'm riding with the boys in orange and blue. Those are my thoughts. But what do you think? Gators or Tigers? Drop your prediction in the comments and let's chat about it. If you're hyped for this game, hit the subscribe button, share this with your crew. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, go Gators.